Hello, Merry
Hi.
Christmas, and welcome to Sushi Date Night. For those of you joining us, hopefully it's Grandma Nancy as well. Kevin, Alyssa, Mom, John, Merry Christmas, miss you. So here's our take on a weird, interesting, different Christmas gift. So obviously we got to learn how to make sushi one time at the Sur La Table event, and I thought it was awesome. And just a good thing to do to drink some wine and eat some food and learn how to roll a few sushi rolls. So you have the menu, you have the general steps, but we're just going to kind of walk you through, maybe try to give you a few pointers and feel like we're there at home in Bethany Beach with you guys and enjoy drinking some wine tonight. So follow along and hope you enjoy your night. First thing you want to do is crack a bottle of wine. So we're going to get busy doing that. See you in a second. All right, so now that you have your wine cracked,
Cheers.
cheers.
Notice that it's Chateau
Stay.
Michel, where we went when we visited Kevin.
So thanks, Kev. Miss you guys. So the first thing you want to do is we got to prepare the rice. So the rice, what we were taught, is the most important part of the sushi dish. The easiest way is to really just kind of follow along on the backside of the instructions here. We actually already rinsed our rice, which is the first part. But you want to, in this chart on the back, it says to make about 8 to 10 cups. You will need 2 cups of the dry rice and 3 cups of water. And you're going to bring it to a boil and cook it for about 20 minutes on a low simmer. Once it gets to that boil, just cook it on a low simmer for about 20 minutes. But before cooking the rice, make sure you rinse it properly. So like one of those like really thin metal strainers is perfect, so that, because this is a pretty small grain rice, so just a real fine strainer so the rice isn't going through it would be great. So just rinse it until the water is coming out clear. Then the rice is kind of ready to cook. But before you actually turn the heat up, whatever the amount of water that you fill up your rice with in the pot, you're going to let it soak there for about a half hour before you actually turn the heat up. Why you do that, I don't know, but apparently that's what you should do, so just do it. Feel free to pause the video whenever you want. Whatever you got to do. Use the restroom. Feel comfortable at home. Enjoy your wine. We're going to let this rice cook. You guys do the same, but then as we're cooking it, we'll get back to you in a second and show you kind of how to prepare some of the ingredients. So for when the rice is done, you have what you need for your rolls. Tonight's menu, we're going to do a tempura crab roll and a spicy tuna roll. So you have all your ingredients besides the crab, the tuna,
panko, if you want it.
The panko
Cucumber.
for the fried tempura roll.
Cucumber and cream cheese.
Perfect. Yeah. So you'll need to grab those ingredients at your local market. So yeah, we're gonna go on break for a little bit. Be right back with you and show you how to prepare some of the ingredients for your rolls. Alrighty, so now that the rice has simmered for 20 minutes, you're gonna want to get some sort of pan, like a big glass pan or even like a metal baking tray, to spread your rice out, and we're gonna season it with the rice vinegar. So the rice is now on a not heated.
It's off the heat.
It's off the heat, and it's technically steaming, just like the directions say.
With the lid still on.
With the lid still on for 10 minutes. So as you do that, you can coat that pan with a little bit of olive oil, very light because you don't want it to you don't want the rice to get too lubed up where you can't really mold it. You really want it to stick together and not be sliding out of your roll. So just lightly coat it so it's not gonna stick to the pan. Maybe just a little pan spray would be perfect. So. So all I'm really gonna do is a quick little pan spray. So that should be perfect there. And as you see, the beautiful rice. So here's our beautiful rice still steaming. You can kind of see the consistency where it's at. Obviously, it's not too crispy, not too moist. It's pretty much just right. So we have about 2 more minutes to let it steam. So we're going to leave this lid on and let it steam. But most important part of this dish is the rice. So really take your time to make sure it's cooked through. It doesn't have too much of a bite. It's soft but not too soft. And it's not too dry and not too moist. It's really kind of what you're looking for.
All right, Dan's going to show you how to prepare the rice now.
So now that the rice is all cooked, we basically just need to get it onto this pan that we prepared with a little bit of olive oil or Pam and season it with our rice vinegar to make it sushi rice. It's done, I guess they told us it's done a lot of different ways, but the easiest way to do it is just to have this, some sort of brand of sushi rice. We're just going to layer the rice onto the pan, drizzle it over, and then cut it. We don't want to be mashing the rice because it's such a soft rice and soft grain rice. It'll kind of ruin the whole dish if it becomes like a big moist pile of blah. So we want to make sure, I'll show you, but the technique is called cutting. So we're just going to get the rice, which is all beautiful and lovely. Get some spread onto this pan evenly. Just get it out here and space it around the pan. Be as delicate with it as you can. I know some stuck to the bottom, but if you could be delicate with it, that'd be great. And you want it about like spread out about a 1/2 inch in thickness in the pan. So you don't want it too thick where you can't kind of season it and the seasoning's not getting down to it, but you don't want it too thin either. So it's about a 1/2 inch thick. So like such. All right, we'll get the rest off the spoon. So it should look kind of something like that. All right. So we have our sushi rice vinegar. For this amount, you want about 4 tablespoons or maybe a little bit less of rice vinegar. But you can start with just adding a little bit, and then you'll cut it, taste it. If it's tasting like way too seasoned, then you overdid it. Maybe just start with more rice. So just start off slow, and then you can always add more. So we're just going to kind of drizzle it over. So there's just enough to go around, kind of thing. And then the technique is not mixing or mashing and stirring. We're just going to take the spoon and go along the thin end and just kind of cut it. You can go different directions until you feel like every grain has gotten a little bit of rice vinegar. While you're doing that, of course, sip some wine. We should have some Christmas music playing. Hopefully you guys do at home. Alright. So I'm just going to kind of taste it, see what it tastes like. You can do it for about 2 minutes or so until you really feel like you got a lot of seasoning through all the rice, but pretty good. Probably just like the right amount. Like you can taste it, but it's not like overpowering. It's just kind of got that little bit of vinegar taste to it. Tastes good to me. So Before we roll it, I think it's good to have it slightly chilled. So just toss it into the fridge for 10 minutes or so. You don't want it too cold, but not too hot. So closer to room temperature than anything. So we're just going to toss this into the fridge for about 10 minutes. Let it sit. Enjoy your wine. And while we do that, we will chop up some of the ingredients that are going to go into the actual roll. So we'll hit you with that next.
No. All right, so we're going to chop up the tuna. Dan bought salmon as well. You guys don't have to, but we have it. And then, yeah, we're just going to chop it up and cube it. And
Oh, this is tough.
I know.
Yeah, I do. Look at those skills. So tell him how he taught us how it's not about, like the knife skills, and you're not holding it right. Teach him how to hold it.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, apparently this is how you hold a knife, with your thumb on one side and pointer finger on the other.
So you don't want your pointer
Supposed to
finger
be.
on top or anything.
Was that how I was doing it?
No. Yes. All right. So as Sarah's chopping that up, so yeah, just cube it up. Get whatever kind of fish. Like we have some salmon here, but tuna is always the best. Just get it in that size cubes, I guess. And then what she's gonna do is just toss it into some sriracha mayo, which will make it a little bit spicy and tasting super good. You can obviously make sriracha mayo with sriracha and mayonnaise. So we did that at the class and it was super easy. So if you have, sriracha and mayo laying around the house, you can always mix that up yourself and add more sriracha for more spiciness, less sriracha for more mild flavor. But Sarah killed it on the slicing and dicing. So there's our
tuna.
beautiful cubes of tuna. We'll get some salmon in a little bit, but I know you guys probably just bought some tuna, so that's all we'll do. So she's going to just kind of show you how to whip up the tuna with the sriracha.
This is open.
Squeeze it in there. Oh, yeah.
More.
Yeah, a little bit. I like it spicy. So kind of whatever you feel like. Yeah, and she's going hands deep in there. So, yeah, it should kind of come out looking slightly like that. Obviously, the better quality tuna, the better it's going to taste. But we bought this little, it was less than a half a pound for $2.99 or something from the local market. But yeah, so grab whatever kind of fish ingredients you really want to put in it. You can't really mess it up too bad. Salmon's always good. Tuna, some crab. We bought some
lump crab meat.
A little bit better quality crab meat. What is it called? Pollock or something? So the imperial crab that they had us cook with is just general imperial crab. And you slice that up and it tastes just as good. So yeah, we're going to make this spicy tuna roll and the tempura crab. So we have our spicy tuna. We have our lump crab. Next thing we want to do is slice up some strands of cucumber. It's just easier if you can slice the strands of cucumber as wide as the nori here. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as wide as the nori. So
roasted seaweed.
The old roasted seaweed. So if you could slice the strands of cucumber as long as this, that'd be perfect. So we're just going to kind of chop this cucumber up to this length and then get strands that are about such thick that we can lay across the whole roll and go from there. So Sarah's going to go right to it. Why don't you guys take a little break? We'll be right back to it. Get your tuna chopped up. Okay, bye. Alrighty, so Sarah's working on these long strands of cucumber. Just gonna kind of make them pretty thin. I mean, really, you can't really screw it up too bad, but this one, for example, is one that she just sliced up. Maybe a little thick, but you're just gonna slice up about 4 or 5 of these, just enough for however many rolls that you think you're gonna roll. Beautiful. And then just get those prepared. Once those are done, you should have your rice pretty much ready for you, and then we can get to rolling. So you're gonna wanna, when you're done slicing the cucumbers, be prepared to get these bad boys open. Well, which should have been open with your spoon, but get these guys out. Just kind of lay them on the counter. We'll get ready to roll.
All right, Dan's going to show you how to roll now. We've got our wine refilled somewhere over here. Where is it? There's it. We've got holiday tunes playing in sync, to be exact. And we have all our supplies. There's the rice, the bamboo rolly thing with the seaweed with nori.
With the nori.
And the shiny side is...
The shiny side, you want to be face down.
Face down. We've got our tuna, our cucumber, the salmon, our cream cheese. Dan got some sesame seeds.
Yeah, so we're going to eventually roll this. When we're done with the roll, we're going to roll it across the sesame seeds. So to prep, you can do it later, but just kind of put some sesame seeds on a plate so that we can roll it over and make it look pretty at the end. So that's one part of the prep.
And the lump crab meat.
So we're going to start off with a spicy tuna roll. We'll get to the panko style, tempura style crab roll at the end. But so yeah, we got the hot water because when you layer the sushi onto the nori, it's going to get really sticky, and it's just easy to kind of dab off your fingertips in hot water, or even maybe like a little bit of like water and oil mix, so that the rice isn't sticking to your fingers. Because you'll see, even for me, because I'm a professional here, it's gonna stick to me and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. So you have it face down, right there on your sushi mat, and we're just gonna start layering the rice on top of the nori. Here we go. You're just gonna kind of pad down a light layer. Not too thick, because it's going to get super hard to roll if it's too thick. The thinner it is, the easier it's going to be to roll.
And sometimes it's just way too much rice if you put it on too thick.
Exactly, yeah. You don't want to take away the flavor of the spicy tuna and everything else in the roll. So, did you show them the cucumber you prepared?
Here's the cucumber. I think
So
that's good.
Yeah. So that's kind of what your cucumber should have came out like. Sarah did a great job slicing and dicing that up. But just get busy with layering the rice on top of your nori. Look at this professionalism. So you kind of have to think about like what you want your roll to look like. You can either have it with the rice on the outside, which most rolls that you get at restaurants look like that. So we're going to try to do it that way, as opposed to the seaweed or the nori on the outside, where it's the green part on the outside. Oh, I got it. We got to turn it over. So just about there. Leave an inch at the top. You'll kind of know why in a little bit. Just makes it a little bit easier to tuck everything in. So, all right. So we got it. Got it layered in some rice. I'm just gonna rinse my hands off. And what we're gonna do from there, since we want the rice on the outside and everything on the inside, we're just gonna flip the entire roll over. So I gotta do it quick. Boom. Alright, there we go. And so the rice doesn't stick to this bamboo, you kind of want to layer it quick. So what you want in it, you just kind of start slapping in there on the wide end. So there's our spicy tuna. Go right in the middle with it. I'm just going to get busy with my finger and layer some cream cheese in there. Just spread it on there evenly. Whatever you think is going to taste good, just slap it right in there. Alright. So we have some cream cheese. Let me rinse my hands. We're going to put some cucumbers in there. Like such. You know, we actually have some avocado we could toss in there if we really wanted to. But maybe we'll just keep it kind of vegetarian and fishy and a little bit more.
Avocado is a vegetable or fruit.
Oh, yeah,
What is
true.
it? I don't know.
A little more meat in there. Alrighty. So we have it. We're just gonna kind of put it, roll it over, tuck it in there.
Dan, does it matter which side the 1 inch is left open on? Does it matter? I'm
I don't
literally
know.
asking you.
Well, I was thinking kind of for the other way, but whatever. We'll add some rice on to the other side a little bit. So just kind of keep it as tight as you can. Roll it around. Try to keep as much sushi on the roll as you can. Alrighty, now this kind of the patch where I left open, because I was thinking we're gonna do the reverse way. So you just kind of pat it down, patch it up. And kind of what our instructor said, whatever the ugliest side is, which I clearly made it this side on the back, you put that on the bottom of the plate. So I'm just going to rinse my hands off. We're going to quickly roll it in some sesame seeds. Perfect. And we're going to need a plate. Slap it on the plate. And all we need to do from here is slice it up to make it where you actually have pieces of sushi. But it's not the prettiest, but it'll do. Alrighty, so when it comes to cutting the sushi where you actually have pieces, you want to make sure you have like a super clean knife, because if it sticks to it, they're going to come out really just ugly. So you want to make sure you have handy like a hot wet rag where you can kind of wipe off any excess stuff that sticks to the knife while you're cutting it. Sarah showed you how to hold it earlier. So pointer finger, index finger, and thumb at the top of the knife, and hold like that. And the importance is you're not really necessarily pushing down, is what they taught us. You really want to like do it like a long grain. Let the knife kind of do the work. So let the weight of the knife kind of take care of the cutting. Don't really force it down. Just move it with slight pressure downwards, and let the weight of the knife kind of go to work. So here we go. And you know, thick roll, fat, thin roll, whatever you want to do. Not too shabby on the first one. So you see the excess stuff on this knife. Mom, I know Kevin got you that Japanese knife last Christmas, so this would be a perfect time to take advantage of using that. So we get off the excess goop and go to town on the next one. Ooh, that's a good one.
It's
We
good.
can eat that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Beautiful.
Alright, same thing. Get that knife pretty clean. rag's probably getting a little too dirty, but and same thing. Alrighty. So you guys get busy cutting. We're going to finish up cutting and get back to you in a minute. Alrighty. So you can kind of plate it however you want. Stack it however you want. Make it look nice. And ours came out not so spicy, so I'm just going to add a little bit more of some sriracha mayo. Make it look pretty. Cool, so that's a spicy tuna roll. We're gonna roll another roll. It's pretty much the same thing. We add in the crab. You can add sriracha to the crab meat, like you did to the tuna, and then we're gonna add some panko breadcrumbs to the outside. You'll need a sautéing pan. Add some oil, and we'll saute that up and get it crispy and hot, and do a little different spin on a roll. So if you want, test it now and enjoy it. Hope you're having fun, and we're just gonna add some breadcrumbs to the other roll. I'll show you how to roll the next roll. All right, so hopefully you got to slice up your spicy tuna roll. Maybe took a little taste or two. I know we ate about 6 pieces. So Sarah has laid down the nori with the spicy or the shiny side down, and has rolled or plated the rice on top. And we couldn't figure it out earlier why we had that little inch at the top. It's so that that little piece of seaweed nori sticks to the rice and kind of seals the whole roll. So it is kind of important to have that little 1/2 inch to 1 inch at the top. So Sarah's going to kind of run you through how to roll and create the tempura style crab roll.
Alright, so you already know these steps. Well, I guess you already explained all that. Anyway, I'm going to flip this over. Hopefully I can do it. Alright, and then just fill it with whatever you wanted. So we have lump crab meat.
Mmm. Yum.
That right in the middle. Rap music. Alright, and then we'll do some cream cheese.
Yeah, see, it's easier to use your fingers a little bit.
Yeah.
Just got to get down and dirty with the sushi. Miss you, Grandma. Love you. Hopefully you're on this video. Drink if Grandma's there.
Alright, well, a little bit more.
Ooh, yeah, a little
Never
bit.
have enough cheese. Alright. We'll do, Dan and I got some avocado. We have avocado lying around. That would probably be good. We're going to add some of that.
Oh, yeah. Like we said, like, it's kind of cool how when they talked to us and taught us how to, like, make these things, it's like, honestly, whatever sounds good to you, just throw in the middle, you wrap it up, and you're good to go. As long as you really know how to cook the rice and, you know, the general techniques of rolling and slicing it up, like, you can make some awesome rolls at home. So Sarah's getting busy. Yeah, it looks awesome.
No cucumber.
Maybe just a little bit because it's getting kind of fat with all that crab.
Alright, we'll put a little bit of cucumber just, you know, for some crunch.
Yeah.
Alright.
So there we have it, folks. The ingredients to the tempura crab roll on the inside. So you're going to want to roll from the top because that's going to be the part that sticks. So here goes Sarah's rolling techniques.
I haven't done this in a year. I just do this.
Yeah, just tuck it tight. Over more. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta get it all in there.
That was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you don't want the rice to be sticking on the bamboo too much.
What?
You don't want the rice to be don't pressure this down too much. You don't
Okay.
want the rice to be sticking. So you don't want to pressure on the bamboo too much here because you don't want the rice to stick to the bamboo. So
Yeah.
careful on that. Okay. Now you can pick up the bamboo. Peel away.
I'm learning too here.
Beautiful. Look at that. Looking good. Go ahead. Awesome. Awesome. That's perfect.
And then, since this one's gonna be tempura, we're gonna roll it just like we did in the sesame seeds. Except this time it's breadcrumbs.
So we have the panko breadcrumbs. You can slap a little extra.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Whatever.
So just some panko breadcrumbs, spread them along the rice on the outside. And perfect. Oh, it's awesome.
All right.
And then,
Cause a mess, but we're gonna take it over here to our frying pan. We got some olive oil in here. We're just gonna set it in there and let it
so just gonna hot some
fry.
hot olive oil in that pan there that we prepared, and we're just going to kind of roll it in the olive oil and let it cook, until you feel like it's crispy enough and kind of cooked through where the cream cheese might be a little melted. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So you can see it's browning up right away and getting that tempura style. So we're going to take a break, let you guys get to it. Enjoy your wine, and Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Alrighty, so hopefully the rolling of the crab tempura roll went great, and you kind of got that golden brown on the outside of the roll. Sarah killed it.
Oh my god.
All you got to do now is slice it up. Same instructions with the knife. You know how the way to hold it and how to run the knife. You really want to make sure the weight of the knife's kind of taking it, and you're really just kind of sliding it through. It really takes care of the messiness of really cutting a roll, because it'll come out pretty if you know how to slice it right. So Sarah's gonna get busy here with slicing it up. And then, so go ahead and do that. We'll take a break. You guys go ahead and slice it up, and we will show you our finished product.
All right, we're gonna show you our final product.
So Sarah did an awesome job slicing up the tempura crab. So there's the final product. The tempura crab we topped with just some avocado and some sriracha mayo, some soy sauce, that tube wasabi that we supply with you guys, and then that's what's left of our spicy tuna roll. So easy to do at home. I just thought it would be something fun for you guys to partake in. I know we both can't be there for Christmas, so just wanted to have fun kind of giving you guys a gift, and I hope you had fun with it. I know we're kind of amateurs with videography and cooking, but we had a really good time doing it, and we just wanted to say Merry Christmas and wish we could be there, and we love you guys, and hope you just had a great night and a great Christmas, and just enjoyed seeing us on video as close as we could to get to you guys. So love you, Mom, love you, John, love you, Alyssa, love you, Kevin, love you, Grandma, and Happy New Year if we don't talk to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.